Hello friends, family, other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to another high-level game of StarCraft 2. Today we have a liquid mirror. And no, I'm not meeting water against water. I'm meeting two players playing for Team Liquid. In the top right it's MaNa. And in the bottom left we have Kelazhur. Both players playing for Liquid. MaNa's been playing for Liquid since 2014, 15, something like that. I think 7 years. And Kelazhur since a year and a half, I believe it is. He joined maybe a year after I did. I joined Liquid early 2020. So he must at least be there for a year and a half. Maybe already 2 years. Maybe he joined after 6 months. I can't quite recall. Anyway, doesn't matter too much either, as we have a fantastic game on our hands. MaNa is known to not be too keen on playing the Protoss versus Terran matchup. But I also know that Kelazhur isn't too keen on playing this matchup. So we have two players that are not super keen on this matchup squaring off, and that often creates very fun games because both players want to end it quickly. Ooh, I like this opener here already. Out of the Brazilian Terran player that currently lives in the Netherlands, by the way. I will not say what city, but does live in the Netherlands and has been living in the Netherlands for his initially for his education. I believe he finished some type of degree. I can't quite recall what it is, and now he's just living here. Playing video games for Team Liquid, which also of course is based in the Netherlands. MaNa lives in Poland. I was gonna go somewhere with this. All right, the build order. The build order here is beautiful. This is a factory before reactor. That means that the first two, or the first factory unit, will come out about, what is it? 12, 13, 14, 15, let's say 18 seconds quicker than it usually would. So should be around the 3-minute mark. These two Hellions will finish up. Yeah, a little bit later perhaps. It's going to be around 303, 304. So about 14, 15 seconds faster than it usually is if you would get the reactor before the factory. Now, there's of course a trade-off. It's not just that you can say, I want faster factory units, and you will have faster factory units without any loss there. No, the loss in this case is that you will have delayed marine production. So usually at the 3-minute mark, you'd already have 5 marines out. This time, there is a single marine out. And what's even worse is that the next marines also start slower. So usually you'd have 7 marines, I guess, at this point. Right now, there's still only a single one. So you're about 3 entire waves of marines behind. Because the factory needs to fly over and all that good jazz. You know, you swap, Hellions need to be built, then the barracks need to fly back. Tech Lab does get built, so the factory can immediately start either a tank or a cyclone, which can of course be extremely useful. And this is a full wall here. I love that MaNa spotted the fact that the factory returned back to the regular location. That means that MaNa is now aware that there's not going to be a mine follow-up here. And that is very big information. He should know actually that this is a triple Rex follow-up. And triple Rex follow-ups are strong, but when scouted and when you know you're playing against one, they do lose a little bit of their value. Marauders being constructed usually indicates a commitment to a quicker push rather than a quicker starport. But we haven't seen the second tech lab for the combat shield yet, so that is weird. eBay before starport as well. I am extremely curious what this push is going to be, or what this is going to be in general. We have no worker cuts, we do have unit cuts, but we have a pretty late starport as well. We are going to be seeing this +1 before the starport. No tech lab has started. Oh, they are going to swap. Oh, this is kind of a cool move. Huh. 2 tanks, and then we see the swap here. We see the +1 start. Oh, this is a really cool build order. I like this. Okay, now the not constant unit production actually makes some sense. I was like, well, if this is going to be a push, you want constant unit production. And if there's something you want to be cutting, it's going to be SCVs. But I saw Kelazhur not cutting any SCVs whatsoever, basically consistently building workers and cutting a couple of units. I'm like, okay, well then you want a fast starport, and he's indeed getting a pretty quick starport, getting the reactor on the factory. The reactor is a little bit delayed, about 16 seconds or so. These 5 stalkers are moving into a position, but this tank is just okay. 1 stalker will get taken out, 3 marines, 2 marines, 3 marines, 3 marines will fall. That makes this an okay trade, I think, for both players. Both players will be like, okay, well, it's not the end of the world. Right now, Kelazhur is aware that there is an observer around, knows that these stalkers most likely are still on the map, and MaNa knows, okay, there's a couple of tanks. My opponent should be a little bit afraid. Observer moving forward into a position that we see this observer on pretty frequently. I'm not quite sure if Kelazhur is aware of that observer being there. Probably needs to check where that observer is located. Yep, he sees it. He's going to move towards it, scans it, gets it. That means no more blinks in towards the main base. Kelazhur is now aware of that. Starts moving out. Combat shield's about to finish up. We'll stay in this first person for a little while. Just to kind of give... Sometimes if you see everything in the observer mode, you don't understand how scary it is for a certain player when something is happening. But right now, Kelazhur is moving out without any real vision on the map whatsoever. Is pulling the SCVs as well. And this is something that MaNa is unaware of. So he's trying to run by with these stalkers. He's trying to get behind this army. Sees the SCVs move out. This is a huge scout. Absolutely massive. He now knows what is going on. Needs to start building extra batteries immediately. Where are these batteries? Needs to move his sentries in position, but will not do that in time. And here come the SCVs. Here come the Marines. Here come the Marauders. And also the 2 tanks in the far back. SCVs doing a fantastic job at dealing with these zealots. Initially, we do not even have charge yet. Charge has been forgotten. I do not think this is intentional, but the 2 immortals in the back dishing out a crap ton of damage. And Kelazhur stays, well, I was going to say Kelazhur stays alive, but it's MaNa who stays alive, actually. Without any upgrades whatsoever. Triple immortals for the backbone of this army. 58 workers against 27. And Kelazhur right now in a world of trouble. I believe this observer even saw that medevac move out as well. But perhaps he didn't. As there's no stalkers right now in the main base. Fourth base? You gotta be kidding me, no? You just killed 25 workers. This is not it. It's not it. It's just, that's what it is. It's not it. Whatever it is, this is not. Because that is 400 minerals. That prism as well? Surely there's better ways to spend our money. After we are up we're already up an entire base. We're up like 30 workers. Observers, I would say, are useful at this point. Increasing your army size? Moving on the map is not on the top of my list. Especially without charge. There's still no charge. MaNa hasn't realized it yet. How's that even possible, you'd ask yourself? Maybe he believes he already started it. I am extremely confused here. I just don't understand this move out. What is this? What? Charge now starts? I just do not get this. This move out made 0 sense to me. MaNa's still in a fine position probably, but losing that backbone of immortals, the fact that there's no map vision whatsoever because there's no observers. Another prism? I think MaNa is completely misreading this game right now. Completely misreading this game. Another SCV pool. SCV pool into SCV pool into SCV pool. Oh no. MaNa still without charge. Needs to give up this base. Needs to realize that this base is not worth defending. But Kelazhur also realizes this base is not worth killing. Knows there's a third base on the left side as well. And he's going for the kill here. He's going for the fatal blow. These SCVs on hold position are helping out against the zealots. But once again, the army of MaNa is just massive. Army supply still in favor, however, of the Terran player. Guardian Shield gets used. Medevacs largely empty. Can we get a blink forward on top of these medevacs? Perhaps not quite the call you want to be making. This fourth base gets taken out. And please, for the love of God, do not take it again. This has to be a drop in towards the main base now. It absolutely has to be. It's the only thing that makes any type of sense and has any potential of dealing damage. There is just nothing in the main currently for MaNa. Extra Archons are coming out. 1-1 is on the way. Prism makes its way across the map. Third CC. We have to drop in towards the main base. I'm at a loss right now. Honestly, I'm at a loss. This game is starting to make less and less sense the more I watch it. Gateways get unpowered, and that means that no weapons can be done at the third base. That would be great if this army was already at the third base, but it's not. A bunch of workers do get taken out. Every single medevac gets taken out as well. Is a recall available? Yes, there is. So we could recall here towards the third base. If that doesn't happen, all of these probes might just end up dying. Could we pick up? Oh my god, a lot of probes actually do end up dying. Mine is going to burrow somewhat in time. There's 1k minerals in the bank here for MaNa. MaNa is still 5 years ahead right now, okay? MaNa could just go to his fridge, look what's popping in the fridge, you know, maybe there's like an ice cold Coke or something like that, or like a nice beer. He could spend some time deciding what he wants from his fridge. Come back, and even after having done nothing for a minute and a half, he'd probably still be ahead in this game. Third base is about to finish up. We have barracks 4 and 5 on the way right now for Kelazhur, as well as the 4th gas. Yes, that is the 4th gas 11 minutes into the game. 4th base being rebuilt at this point is something that I do appreciate. I also like the Robo Bay and the cannons. And it feels that for the first time, MaNa is kind of recognizing the position he's in, saying, okay, I'm ahead, and I just need to survive for now. Zealot run-bys are a great tool at keeping your opponent on their side of the map. I'd love for this Prism to not die. It's actually kind of crucial. Would really allow MaNa to keep his opponent in his base. No Ghost Academy means that Archons are going to be extremely broken. The Archon is this massive hit or miss unit. The moment there's no Ghost around, the Archon is brilliant, tanks a lot, good damage output. It's annoying to fight against because it's not really melee. It has a little bit of range. But the moment the Ghosts are out, you literally just click the Archon and it disappears in front of your eyes with a 350 shield and just a 10 pure HP. Once again, Zealot run by. I do not like this extra 2 Zealots. Maybe not completely necessary, but it does keep Kelazhur at home. Maybe I do like it actually. I'm one of those people that decides whether they like it after seeing the result. I'm not the greatest predictor of stock, but after, you know, a year, I could have told you what to buy a year ago. If you ever need that type of information, I'm guaranteed I can give you the perfect stuff and only take 5% commission of the stock you should have bought last year. Just like in this case. I really did like that double Zealot extra warp in, dealing a little bit of extra damage there. These medevacs are stuck. That means that they're not going to be super useful. When medevacs are stuck, they often, well, they can't do anything. There's a decent chunk of supply there that's going to be motionless. That's actually entire army supply right now for Kelazhur. Ghost Academy is being built. We also have some Liberators, which feel rather random. But might actually serve a purpose here. There's no map vision. I cannot believe how blind he's playing. I mean, he has a pro patrolling in the middle, but his entire top side is just blind. I guess he has 2 cannons and a battery, but it doesn't really help against Terran drops either. 1-1 upgrades for the Terran. Mine moves in. Marine Marauders start targeting down this cannon. Battery gets taken out probably as well. This is a dead base. We're having a base trade in this game, which is over already. The game has ended 7 minutes ago, but we're still playing. And it ended again 5 minutes ago, but we're still playing. And now it might be ending again. I think MaNa is going to win this game for the 3rd time in a row within the same game. 3 ghosts are being produced, but I do not see a world. I cannot imagine a world in which MaNa loses. There's no storm, is there? There is no storm. Okay, now I'm actually seeing a world in which MaNa at least loses this fight. And with this fight, if he can't break the ramp, but he can, can't he? He can, can't he? Is there no recall available? No recall available. Oh, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. He's going to lose both of his Nexi if he isn't careful. A couple of feedbacks are going down right now. Templar all will fall. Stalkers in the main practically useless. Could snipe the Forge or could go for a Nexus or could take out a couple of extra units. Colossi is going to join the party as well. We have thermal lens, which is extremely useful. Too many units going down right now on the side of Kelazhur. The Zealots are actually in danger. Yeah, they need to be pulled back immediately here. What is the worker count? We have 48 workers, but only a single Nexus in the main base. And we have 2 orbital commands right now, but only 11 workers. The army looks better, I think. Quality-wise as well. Yeah, quality-wise for MaNa as well. Not just supply-wise, but also quality-wise. +2 is on the way. We have a Disruptor coming in. Kelazhur needs to continue base trading. He cannot make a stand. He's not powerful enough for it. He does not have the power right now. He is outmining his opponent, but outmining your opponent by 300-400 minerals a minute is not going to help you. 6 Marines extra a minute over your opponent. It will still take 15 minutes in order to get back into the game. You need the base trade. It's the only solution here, my friend. Single Colossi, though. That means that if that Colossi dies, there's actually nothing to do with the Marines. Liberator's dishing out a lot of damage as well. These Archons are extremely low. Good initial fight here for Kelazhur. And with these... Oh my god, another SCV pull. You can't be serious. SCVs... Huh. These guys have done more fighting than working at this point. There's only 13 alive, though. Just a single drop behind this would be so influential. You could That also was big. That was really big, actually. That was huge. Nexus going down on the 3rd base. Massive. The fact that there's not a single unit on the map currently for Kelazhur means that MaNa can keep this position forever. And if Kelazhur can break out, which at this point I don't think he can, Kelazhur's in trouble. Every 25 seconds, or what is it, 21 seconds, a disruptor will shoot. And you're going to lose some units against that. No matter how well you micro. 2 more Marines. There goes your tiny eco lead that you had for half a minute. Archon's going to get taken out. A couple of Zealots also will fall. Disruptor in the prison. Marauders and Ghosts moving to the front to tank some of that Colossi damage. Kelazhur up in army supply by 7, 8, 7. 7 still. 2 Nexi on the way. MaNa building 2 Nexi while having an income of 300. That is the... That's like investing a year's salary into groceries, basically. That's what it feels like. It's a lot of money. In the case of MaNa, of course, it's a minute salary. We'll need to cancel that base as well. We'll need to warp in more units. Probably Zealots. This base also will start mining once again. We have no worker production for Kelazhur. This base will fall. This base is gone. 300 minerals back. Lose 100 minerals there. 2 probes will get taken out. Not the biggest deal. I'm just going to have to say that's not the biggest deal. We have some Marines and Marauder over here. 2 disruptors in this army. Here comes a... Ooh, that's a good EMP as well. Ooh, 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 ooh. 1 ghost will fall. Disruptor, I think that should have been a snipe on that Disruptor. Big Zealot run by, or Big Zealot warp in. Yep, GG gets called. Kelazhur forced to leave the game. And yeah, I mean, after holding 2 SCV pools, I guess it was obvious MaNa was going to win. But also, MaNa made it a little bit harder for himself, almost throwing that game straight out of the window by taking these extra bases, having some debatable move outs as well. In the end, gets the dub, and that's all that matters. Thanks all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy this game. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.